Because of what I have seen, what I saw him do with Bitcoin, for example, buy it and then hold it, and also at the same time criticize it for making the earth warm. I am worried that if he gets Twitter, he does the same thing. So I try to be very concise here and very brief, so that if you have a counter argument, you can bring it up.
So you think if he'll get Twitter, he'll do the same thing?
He would do the same thing, that he would cave into the mainstream narrative and he would start cooperating with them because there's a lot of conflict of interest.
Well, I guess we have to think about what that would entail. I mean, he doesn't sell information. He's not a media company. He doesn't have any involvement whatsoever in like airline travel that way. It's all private stuff. And he's a big proponent of freedom of speech. Like, the thing about freedom of speech is that it gives him the right to criticize Bitcoin one day and to buy it the next day and talk about how he bought it. Like, and I think that's completely fine. I think that if anything, it accelerates the discussion about it. Us Bitcoin maximalists, maybe we've done the work, maybe we've researched mining, maybe we've dived into the climate narrative. Like, just because we have a healthy understanding of all these things does not mean that 99.99% of the planet does. Most people don't. Most people think climate change is bad. Most people think EV cars are probably better for the environment, and everything in between. And so if he gets Twitter and his core ethos is freedom of speech, like, he can say whatever he wants, but the counterpoint is so can we, and so can everyone else, right? And so back he needs, but I just think he genuinely believes freedom of speech matters. And so I don't think that would happen, but if it does happen, it happens. And if he makes a mistake, he learns from it. Like, he's generally the type to learn and grow, right? And that's what every entrepreneur has to do. Like, you try things as an entrepreneur, and I guarantee you, every entrepreneur, your ideas are not all great. That's how you get to good ideas. You try bad ones and you lose money and you lose market share. And some people make fun of you. That's all part of the process. Just like when you're a kid and a teenager and like you're awkward and like you do things and you say stupid shit and people make fun of you. Like, this is the evolutionary process, right? So I guess we just have to see. I'm very, like, I believe it's going to be way better than who's currently running it. And if not, maybe a new company comes out of it. Maybe we start a new one, or maybe he shuts it down. Maybe he shuts it down and says, let's just start from scratch. Like, who knows? I mean, anything could happen, but anything that takes away the power from those currently benefiting from the crony narrative, all like the blue check marks, the mainstream media, the government, it's all fascism at this point. They're all in bed together. They all scratch each other's back. They all have certain things you'll say and you don't say. They all have advertisers that will advertise with you. If you're this, big pharma pays for this. So anything that gets in the middle of that and breaks that up a little bit, or at least starts causing some problems, I'm all for, because I think that's part of the evolutionary process to kind of weed out the bad and let the market decide.